All right, so super random fact, but I've never used a coffee pot in my entire life. I don't drink coffee, and I've definitely never made it. I want to make some of my shroom tea so I can have the best day ever. Alrighty, I got some ice cold water. The fridge is just really cold here. This is my outfit today, but this is a really tiny mirror, so I don't know. I don't know how to show my outfit. Last night I was invited out to the club and I decided to stay in and go to bed instead. I haven't had breakfast yet and it's kind of late. It's almost 2. I need to have breakfast. And then one more thing I'm gonna say, because I'm so grateful to God, I fixed my hair. Like, I figured it out. I fixed my hair. Shame on, like, I'm not trying to shame anybody, but at the same time, shame on the person who did my hair, because I paid $500 to have a customized glueless unit created for my trip specifically. Like, I didn't want to have to deal with, going through too much to wear it and look good, and I'm not one for braids personally. So I got a customized glueless unit created, and she, like, for me to have spent that much and then struggled the way that I struggled for this past month is unacceptable. And the 500 did not include the hair, just so we're clear. I brought my hair. So I'm feeling some type of way about that. I'm going to be very honest. But it's fine. Like I said, I'm not going to shame her. I just know not to spend my money there again. And that's that. But I figured it out by the grace of God, and we're here now. So I'm chugging my shroom tea. I'm about to meet up with somebody for lunch. So far, all of the people that I've met while I've been out here, I'm just like, oh wow, you do that? You've been there? You're into this? Oh, you're cool. Like, it's just a lot of cool people, a lot of people who, I don't know. Like, I like what I'm hearing and seeing about their lifestyle, and to me, I love it. It's motivational, and it's also reassuring that God is sending like-minded people into my reality. Whether they're here for a good time or a long time, I couldn't care less. The fact is, that's who, like, you can tell a lot about who you are and where you are on your journey based on who's entering your life, 100%. Because everybody's gonna mirror your own self. So the fact that, like, I'm meeting content creators and people who travel for a living and people who are seemingly wealthy. Like, when I look on their social media, they're on yachts and stuff. I'm like, yeah, cheers, salute. I get it. I see exactly why we cross paths. Yes. Look at Sophie. She just sits there and watches me while I talk to the camera. It's so cute. Yeah, I'm finishing up my tea. I'm gonna go fix my hair a little bit, iron my skirt one more good time, and I'm gonna go. And yeah, I just feel so beautiful in my outfit. Like, there's just certain materials that when I put it on, you can't tell me nothing. And this is one of those materials for sure. I wanted to say really quick that my dad keeps checking in on me, because I told him this morning that I was gonna go out to lunch with somebody who I met yesterday. And I told him I was going on a date, because I'm always gonna tell my family everything. And he's been very concerned ever since. Like, he's like, listen, when he's like, are you meeting him there? Is he picking you up? I'm like, he's gonna pick me up. He's like, when you get in the car, before you get in the car, take a picture of his license plate, send it to me. And he's like, and don't hide it. Let him know that you're doing all these things so he knows that you're not the one to mess with. My dad watches a lot of true crime, so he's like hyper paranoid. He's very paranoid about everything. So he's been reaching out to me every like hour or so to check in and be like, hey, like, what's my baby up to? What's my baby doing? Because I think that he's thinking maybe I already stepped out and I forgot to let him know I was leaving, so he's a little nervous. But my thing is, I actually completely agree with him. Like, I have no problem letting this guy know, hey, like I maybe will take a picture of his license plate like my dad suggested, because you just never know with people. And this guy, he seems like such a gentleman, like very handsome, well put together. I don't think he needs to be out here sex trafficking women and stuff to live a good life. I'm sure it just comes to him, but at the same time, you never know. You really don't. So I don't disagree with my dad by any means, but I'm not ashamed to let somebody know, hey, like, I'm gonna take precautions to make sure I'm safe as a solo travel woman. I'm not ashamed of that at all. My dad is very correct. Even yesterday when I was in the taxi, I considered taking a picture of the taxi's license plate. No, it's true. Like, as solo women travelers, as women in general, even if we're not traveling, just as women, just as people, because this stuff can happen to men, it really is so important to take those precautions. And if that's ever a problem with somebody where you're like, hey, I'm just gonna snap your license plate, or hey, I'm gonna send my people a picture of us together so they know who I'm around. If that alarms anybody, they are the alarm, they are the red flag. So yeah, I will be taking precautions like that as I'm out here socializing, which is crazy because I don't be socializing in the United States. Well, yes, I do. Now I do. Nowadays, I'm just opening up. But as I'm out here socializing, I am going to be taking those precautions 100%. That is very, very important. No, I didn't make it, and that's okay. My taxi driver and I talked. I'm going to go on Monday. No, I didn't make it, and that's okay. My taxi driver and I talked. I'm gonna go on Monday. So, yeah, I am ready when you are, but like I said, no rush. I don't change up my voices for audios, right? That was the same voice. I mean, it was a lower tone because why am I gonna sit here and scream at him? But oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna carry my fan around with me because it gets hot out there, and your girl, mm, I like to come back home looking the same way that I left, if not better. So I'm probably gonna carry this around. I need to charge it. Let me go charge this. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. I let Sophie stop and explore whenever she wants, and this is the result of that. Let me see Soso. It's just little things that just get so stuck in her fur. Hey guys, so I'm going to make another quick video before I go back out into civilization. I felt inspired to do this because I was sitting in here while it was pouring outside, so my plans kind of got canceled / delayed / altered, I don't know. So I was like, let me just work on some content, but the rain actually just subsided. So maybe that was just God getting my attention, telling me to sit down for a second, and whatever the case may be, I'm okay with all of it. So I'm gonna make this video really quick, and then I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry. I still haven't eaten. And it's 4:03. Like, I don't like days like this where life becomes, where I'm just not eating. I don't like that. I had a beef stick and Oreos, mini Oreos, that's it. So also, I'm not completely sure, let me tell you something. Palm trees are a dopamine of mine. Like, palm trees do something different to me. They make me feel some type of way. I'm constantly seeking out palm trees. And there's a palm tree. I just opened up my curtains. And there is a palm tree right outside of my balcony door. That makes me really happy. So, I guess maybe my new style of video for right now is going to be like a combination of vlog slash sit down and talk. I feel like I can't escape this, like, sit down and just talk to the camera. I just always have something to say. Um, so I think I'll do that. And I think that feels good for me. What I wanted to sit down and say is that during my so I've been gone for a little bit over a month, but during my month away, while I wasn't vlogging, I wasn't like sitting down having chit chats with the camera. I was making TikToks, but I just wasn't coming on here and doing this, which I thought was the main thing I was going to be doing while I was away. Um, During that month, I've just I've dealt with so much mentally. I've dealt with it, I overcame it, I faced it, I alchemized it, I prayed through it like so much. And it just brings me back to the quote of don't ask the Lord to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet. And that's about to be my new theme. That's something my mom has instilled in me for such a long time, but that is like it never really I was never in a place of life where it just like hit me the way it's hitting me now. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and I want to share where I'm at with my journey because if I'll allow God to use me to encourage anybody who needs to be encouraged in this way. Um, So when I sit back and think about it, I'm living out a manifestation right now. Number one, my biggest ultimate prayer was, God, I want to be on your payroll. And that's what I've been praying, that I'm on God's payroll. You know how it's a big thing nowadays, like, get paid to exist, pray to get paid to exist. Yes, like that has been my ultimate goal, and being on God's payroll, being compensated for the amount of time that I spend helping, not helping as if I'm above them, but just like doing my part in helping other people heal their traumas and their wounds and their energy. I got certified as a spiritual life coach. So that's something that I'm going to start, diving into and taking serious and taking on clients because it's something that I'm so passionate about. But I'm not ready to talk about that. That's not my point. My point is, I was praying so heavy to be on God's payroll. And then out of nowhere, after 7 years of working at my job and obviously being a good employee because I'm going to give my all and have integrity in anything that I do, something occurred and I was terminated. And in addition to being terminated, I was a union member. So instead of pleading my case and fighting for my job back, the union offered that I can put in a resignation letter and it become a resignation as opposed to a termination. And that's what I ended up doing. And I'm only because I didn't feel the need to fight for my job back at all because I knew exactly what was happening when it happened. I'm like, okay, God, like I hear you, I feel you. I didn't expect it to go like that because I didn't expect that. And it didn't feel amazing for my ego by any means. But I'm always praying, God, less of me, more of you, less of my ego, and more of your divine presence. So it is what it is. But point is, I'm always praying to be on God's payroll. And then when that happened, I was fully aware that God was pushing me into a transition. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's go. And then now I'm here living out of the country, which is something I was praying for so heavy about a year ago. I was praying so heavy to just move out of the country, move out of the United States and live elsewhere. And now that I'm here, I'm trying to figure out, do I want to stay? Do I want to settle down? I don't really completely know. I'm not completely sure what the long-term plan is, and that's okay. I'm grateful to be in a position where I can take it day by day because that's another thing I always pray for is just freedom. I don't want anything or anybody calling me to or from anywhere. There's so much world to experience, there's so much life to live. And, I've always wanted to be aligned with the freedom of experiencing whatever, whenever, however, with whoever. I like that. So I'm living out so many of the things that I've prayed for at one point. But when it's put all together and I sit down and I think about it, for a while, it was stressing me out. It was a very uncomfortable place to be. And what I realized was that I needed to, I don't know if I'm speaking about this in my last video, because I don't know like what's going to get edited out and what's not. So if I become redundant, my apologies. But I realized I have to increase my capacity to dwell in my new reality. I have to get comfortable being here. I have to get used to being here. So I'm actually going to do that right now. God, I increase my capacity. I'm also going to mix that with a little bit of tapping. Um, uh, God, I increase my capacity to be on your payroll. I increase my capacity to get paid to exist. I increase my capacity to be comfortable dwelling in freedom. Freedom can become uncomfortable because when we have too many choices, I've recently realized it can become a very scary feeling. So I increase my capacity, God, to make wise, divinely guided choices while dwelling in a state and a reality of freedom. Um, so when we pray for things, number one, we need to be prepared for God to respond. We need to be prepared to hear. We need to be prepared to receive. And when we get there, when it's uncomfortable, because the unfamiliar is usually uncomfortable. When it's uncomfortable, number one, we need to have the strength to press through. Number two, we need to have the wisdom to pray through, press through it, have strength through it, pray through it, alchemize through it, have faith through it. What is going on here? Have faith through it, trust God through it. Be okay. I'm not even going to say be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because it's not comfortable. So how can you just force yourself to be comfortable? Well, I mean, I guess you can. You can alchemize that. Because you know what? Yes, you can. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable. I didn't want to say that because I'm like, if it's uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable. But that's not true. We always have control over our emotions. We always have control over how we decide that something's allowing us to feel. And I first realized this when I used to get embarrassed a lot in public because of my social anxiety, my fear of being perceived. I would get so embarrassed. And then one day I realized embarrassment is a choice. You can only be embarrassed if you choose to allow a situation to embarrass you. And you know what? That's actually probably something that really helped me overcome my social anxiety, is not allowing myself to be embarrassed by anything. Making the conscious choice of, okay, oh well, and keeping it pushing. It is the same when we're uncomfortable. It's the same with any emotion and with any spirit that begins to overcome us. We can always choose to just not be uncomfortable. And it's easier said than done, of course. So even if you're uncomfortable for a day, a week, a month, don't allow it. Like, you know, every situation is unique and different. We all have our right to feel. Feelings are important, but don't allow it to, don't ever allow it to force you to go backwards. Because that's my biggest thing right now. As uncomfortable as my changes, my transitions, my new reality are, that's the one thing I know, is that I'm going forward no matter what. No matter what. Don't ask the Lord to guide your footsteps if you're not willing to move your feet. And when we pray for things, we can't predict how it's going to turn out, how it's going to come to us. They always say, leave the how to God. It might hurt our ego. It might make us uncomfortable. It might make us lose relationships. Whatever the case may be, trust God. Know that you're just trust God. Put yourself in a position with God. Have a righteous walk so that when things go awry, you automatically know God's got me. I'm doing the right thing. I'm living for God. I'm putting God first. There's no way He will ever allow me to drown. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Another thing that I've prayed a lot for, and I'm going through the motions of it now, and it's making me uncomfortable, but I'm alchemizing that. I'm comfortable, I'm good, is independence. I began praying very heavy for independence. I want to be an independent woman. I feel like independence is so important to achieving success. Um, and yeah, I'm out in this foreign country being very independent now, and that is another part of the reason why I just want to run back home and be with all of the people that I love, because that's where I'll feel safe. But you don't find success in safety. You don't find growth in comfort. You don't find, I was about to say you don't find God in the past, but no, that's too much because, yeah, we do find God in the past too, but it's just like, you don't find miracles looking backwards. Is that deep? You don't find miracles in a rearview mirror? You got to look ahead for miracles? I don't know. I don't know how to make that sound more deep, but point is, we got to push forward. We got to move forward. We have to trust in God. You don't find faith in looking backward. Faith is going for what you cannot see, trusting what you feel because you trust God's voice within you. That is faith. When you look into your 3D and your reality and there are no signs at all of what you feel, of what you know you've heard him say, and you say, I'm going to choose to trust that voice within regardless, that's faith. That's why I'm not running back to my comfort. That's why I'm not running back to my safety. That's why I'm not running back to my past. Even yesterday was my past. And it's just like, I just got to keep moving forward. And one thing that I know, is that God is carrying me, like carrying me right now. I'm talking, I'm just laid out, laid down in his arms, feet up off the floor. There's no part of me that's walking on my own right now. And I thank God. I just thank God. So I wanted to share that. I hope that I got my point across, but I'm also just going to trust God that I did get my point across. Um, I've been doing energy healing sessions to get myself acclimated to my new journey of, helping others heal their energy. And I've been having to lead us in prayer because I'm the one facilitating it. So I'm going to lead us in prayer and I'm going to do it with comfort. I think I'm more comfortable leading us in affirmative prayers, but I'm just going to lead us in just a regular prayer right now. So, God, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much, God, for your words flowing through me. Thank you so much, God, for how I'm being received and perceived, understood, and supported. Less of me, God, and more of you. Thank you so much, God, for whoever I'm able to help on the other side of this camera. Thank you so much, God, for blessing us with the strength to keep pushing forward in your name every single day. Even a bad day cannot shake what you have in store for us, God. So we can have our bad days and we will not feel guilty about it. We'll go through the emotions and we'll overcome, and we'll know that tomorrow, if today was a bad day, tomorrow we will smile. If yesterday was a bad day, today we are smiling. No matter how long it takes for us to get there, we will smile, and we will smile in your name, God, because of our faith in you. Thank you so much, God, for being in the midst of this conversation. Thank you for carrying us through. I pray the utmost faith and strength over whoever is watching this video with me, God, because I know that if they're aligning with this video, I've said this before, but if you're aligning with me right now, you are going through it because that's just what it is right now. And I know the miracles that I see on the other side of this journey. So let's go through it. Let's have the strength. Let's have the courage. Let's have the faith. Let's have the resilience to go through it and to get through it because what is on the other side is God. God ordained. Only God could have done that for us. God, we receive that as our now. We don't receive it as our tomorrow. We receive it and embody it as it is already done. So thank you, God. We are divinely provided for. We are divinely guided. We are divinely loved. We are divinely protected. And we are divinely compensated for our work in you, for our trust in you. Overwhelm us with riches that could have only come from you, God, only come from your kingdom. Riches that sustain us, riches that make us feel safe, riches that protect us, riches that pivot our lives in a brand new way. Our worries from yesterday shall no longer be our worries for today because of the God that we serve. So be it, and so let it be. Okay, guys, I'm going to go back into society. Bye.